Well, for some more views, let's talk now to author and blogger Henry Makow. Well, this uprising has drawn many comparisons, hasn't it, with so-called colour revolutions that we saw in the post-Soviet states. Do you think that there's a foreign influence at work here in Egypt?
There's no question in my mind that this whole uprising has been orchestrated by what I'd call globalists. This is evident from the fact that ElBaradei is being put forward as some kind of leader. He is a member of the International Crisis Group, sits beside George Soros, and George Soros is known for pretty well instigating all the color revolutions. No question in my mind that this is another color revolution, and that the people of Egypt, while their grievances are justified, their grievances are being exploited in order for the globalists to ratchet up their control of Egypt.
Now, the Mohhamed ElBaradei, who headed the UN's atomic watchdog, well, he's well known around the world, isn't he? But he hasn't been that involved in political life within Egypt itself. So how did he come to front these protests?
Well, this whole thing has been organized over the last 6 or 12 months. I suspect that ElBaradei is a member of the Muslim Brotherhood, which is playing a prominent role in these protests, and probably helped organize them. And the Muslim Brotherhood, if we look into their background, they pretend to be Islamists, but they're essentially a fabrication of the globalists, the MI6. The people are trying to create a one-world government, and they do this by removing local leaders who are too independent. And I think they must have decided that Mubarak is too independent for their liking.
But ElBaradei, he was chosen, wasn't he, as the opposition's negotiator with the government. So does that mean that the Egyptian people do trust him?
I think they're going to trust him less and less as time goes on. But if you want my opinion, I don't think this revolution is going to work. The revolution color revolutions didn't work in Iran. They didn't work in Thailand. I don't think Mubarak's going to go. I think he's going to sit tight. He's going to perhaps improve conditions for the people, and eventually it'll peter out. They may get 1 million people in the streets tomorrow, but there's still something like 79 million are sitting at home, and I think they want order and they want improved conditions. In any case, the grievances are justified, but I feel that the grievances are being exploited by globalists in order to consolidate their power in Egypt.
Well, the US has been publicly supporting Hosni Mubarak, doesn't it? But the diplomatic cables that we saw revealed by WikiLeaks recently tell a very different story. So what's America's real agenda here?
I think their real agenda is to remove Mubarak and put in someone they can control, like ElBaradei. And the protestations of support for Mubarak are basically window dressing. And that applies to Israel as well. I think ElBaradei is a Freemason, and the Zionists are Freemasons, and the people who run the United States, the Illuminati, are Freemasons. And essentially, this is about consolidating the Masonic New World Order.
All right, many thanks for those thoughts on what we're seeing in Egypt at the moment. That was Henry Makow, author and blogger, speaking to us there.